James J. Walker. So JJ Walker. That's awesome.
Dynamite.
Okay. Dynamite. James J. Walker says, "Hey, I got a question here for you. How do you all at USA Kilts recommend treating your leather goods? Is there a preferred product?" And this is one of those things where your mileage will vary. Everybody's got an opinion on this, but what would you say?
My treatment of leather goods. Let's go pre 2 months ago and now. My treatment of leather goods pre 2 months ago was, I hope it survives. There was no treating my leather goods. It was like, I hope I don't scuff these boots, so I don't gotta polish them ever. This Sporran that I'm wearing now, like it was, like hope it didn't get too grimy and it didn't show on film. No, it was the more abused, the more worn, the more loved it was, the better it was for me. Whether that's Sporran straps, whether that's the kilt, the straps on the kilt, whether that's the Sporran, whether that's my gillies, whatever it was. About 2 months ago, we started talking about brown Sporrans and stuff, and I got a wild hair, and I decided, I should get some like brown shoes, just so I can get some brown Sporrans, and then started playing around with it. So after I got brown shoes, I was like, I should probably get some shoe cleaning stuff and some care items to treat the leather. So I ended up doing minimal, and I'm saying minimal research on different ways to condition leather and things like that. So I got something called leather honey that I find is pretty cool. I tried it on this Sporran that I'm wearing now because I noticed the top of it, from me just kind of putting my hand there, or from opening it, or from rubbing against the bottom of the buckle, my Sporran started to lose the finish on top, like the veg tan finish on the top of the leather started, the luster came off. So I put some of the leather honey on there, and it restored some of the luster to it. And I did that on that Sporran. I did it on my brown Sporrans that I had. It worked. It took a little bit of the scratchiness away. It didn't return it to original condition, but it helped condition it a touch. I might consider doing it on like leather straps, like if you wet wash your wool kilts. And or it's an old kilt and the leather straps are kind of, old and abused, and or cracked or starting to crack or look like they might crack or they're kind of stiff. Maybe some leather honey or some leather conditioner might work well for you. That's something I would probably try. So play around with it. It's not, I don't think you can do too much wrong with conditioning leather other than like letting it soak in too much, or if you have a Sporran strap, for instance, if you try to you put too much leather conditioner in that, it could maybe get soft and stretch a little. But I'd say play with it a touch.
But you like the honey product?
It seemed pretty good.
Do
you have any?
No, the problem is the one I like, I'm not sure where regular people would find it. I've used a product from Son of Sandler, who are a boot maker for like the SCA and LARP and historical reenactment, and they sell some leather care products. They have this thing called Rain, which is their weatherproofing solution, and they have a cleaner, and I like those. They're very similar to the stuff you have, though. I would be willing to bet that a lot of the better leather care lotions actually come down to the basic same prime ingredients. But and I would say that if you have a very hard leather Sporran, hitting it with a little bit of saddle soap wouldn't be a bad thing. Just don't make that the final step.
You can. There are leather cleaners as well. If it's let's say like this was an old Sporran. This is an old Sporran. A well-worn Sporran, I should say, not that old. I cleaned this first with leather cleaner first, which it frankly was in a shoe kit that I got, like a full like leather shoe, care kit. So I cleaned it with that first and then put the conditioner on. The one thing I would not say is do not polish your Sporran or your straps with like shoe polish or leather polish, because that could rub off on the kilt and then stain the kilt. So absolutely do not do that.
No.
Yep. That's where I will leave that. Mac, do you have any hints, tips, tricks for any old-timey leather stuff that you have?
I was going to say neatsfoot, saddle soap. Usually they're always the go-to ones.
Yep.
I think saddle soap will only let neatsfoot soak in some. One of them only lets the other one soak in so much.
Yeah, I'd be willing to bet the oil keeps the soap away, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I forget which concoction it is, which way anymore.
That's also, I think, a light solution of saddle soap. You don't ever use that full strength. I think some people will put and then that's a mess. But the first time I ever used saddle soap was on an actual saddle.
Nice.
It sucked.
Did it soap?
Yeah, I got it clean. It was a saddle I was restoring at a museum I was volunteering at.
Nice.
And it was
a lot of elbow grease.
It was grunt work. Yeah, I was just like, that's what you have the kid do, you know. Yeah. Oh, you want to volunteer, huh?
You look strong and young.
Yeah, and stupid. Have fun. But neatsfoot. I forgot to say neatsfoot.
Yeah. I mean, most of the comments that are coming in are people just like they have different. Like you said, everyone has their own little different concoctions. Mm-hmm. As long as you follow the instructions, you should be good.
Yeah. I will say, if you have a preferred leather cleaning or leather conditioning product, put it in the comments. Let other people know because we don't know that much. I know enough to be dangerous, but that's it. And B, there's probably YouTube videos on how to clean and how to condition leather. There's got to be there's so many leather workers out there.
Like we were just saying, everybody's got their own magic formula or best practices. So
agreed. Excellent. Hope that helped.
Cool. How do you take care of leather? It seems like it could be a mundane sort of a question, but here's why I love it. It points to the fact that what we're into with all this stuff is not fast fashion. We're not throwing this stuff away. We are keeping this stuff for years, sometimes even generations. I mean, how many things do you have from your grandparents that you can still use and wear, like a tool or a piece of clothing or something like that? Tell us in the comments why this kind of thing is important to you and why you feel it's important to take care of these things.